Hi everybody and welcome to week 4 in our series of yoga for trail runners. Today we're going to continue working through poses that will build strength and core stability, ultimately that will help you find balance as you're running along trails, stepping over obstacles, going uphill, going downhill, over uneven terrain. So having some coordination and balance on one leg is really going to be beneficial for your progress as a trail runner. So let's get started. We're going to begin standing in mountain pose. So with the feet just underneath the hips, toes pointing forward, about hip width apart. Palms are open to face forward, the shoulders are relaxed, the head just sits naturally on top of the spine. So we're not forcing ourselves into anything too rigid here, we're just looking for a nice standing pose, feeling grounded into the floor at the same time as feeling tall with the crown of the head reaching up towards the sky. Take a couple of breaths here, just centering yourself for a moment, letting the rest of the day melt away. You might like to close your eyes. That might already challenge your balance, so it's an option. Try to let the shoulders just relax, beginning to let some tension melt away as well. Just take a nice big inhale. Exhale fully. And I'll turn to the side. And with your next big inhale, I'd like you to reach the arms up overhead, bring the hands into a prayer position, look up or look forward, reach up towards the sky, and then exhale and bow forward, sweeping the hands down towards the ground, bending the knees if that feels comfortable for the back of the legs. From here, rise up to a halfway lift. So we're looking for this L shape with the body, a nice long straight back, and you can straighten out the legs here, engage the quads a little bit, and then fold in, thinking tummy towards the thighs, and allow the hands just to drop down like pieces of spaghetti. You can shake them out a little bit here, even just gently sway from side to side. Good, and then we're going to bend the knees, place the hands around the feet, and step the right foot back into a long, low lunge. From here for a moment, just pivot forward and back. Just going to slowly warm up that left hip and the back right foot, and then step back into plank. Engage the core here, push the floor away actively, press the elbow creases forward, plug the shoulders back. Nice long straight line from the crown of the head through to the heels. Then drop the knees and bend the elbows straight back so you can lower yourself down to the floor. From here, roll up into a mini cobra. So we're pressing the elbows back, drawing the shoulder blades together, peeling the front part of the body up off the mat into a little back bend. Inhale, and then exhale, release everything down to the floor. Push up and back. We're just going to take a small child's pose to counteract the back bend. Sitting the hips down over the heels, pressing the hands into the floor so you get a little stretch through the upper back here as well. Nice big inhale. Exhale, let's move slowly into a downward dog. So you're going to tuck the toes under, lift the hips up and back, and then really pedal out the feet and take the hips high away from the hands so that we're looking for a long straight line in the back. And if you need to bend the knees to help you with that, it's much better than kind of collapsing forward into the wrist to try to get the heels on the floor. So really think of length in the back, tilting the pelvis forward a little bit. So really try to drop the pelvis down towards the ground so the back of the pelvis is lifting up towards the sky. Take a nice big inhale here, look forward. We're going to step the right hand up between the feet, between the hands, and then step the left foot up to meet it. From here, rise up again into your L shape. Exhale, forward fold. And then bring the hands to the hips and hinge back up to standing. Good. Release the hands, have a little shake out. And come back to mountain pose. Palms facing forward, standing up nice and tall. Notice if you're gripping the kneecaps here, try to let them go. So you might need to just put a little bend in the knees. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, sweep the arms up, bringing the hands together overhead. Reach up here. You can also look forward. And then exhale, fold again from the hips down into a forward bend. A little micro bend in the knees here, if that helps the hamstrings. Inhale, rise up to a nice halfway lift. So now you can use the quads to help you straighten out the legs, and And then exhale, fold in towards your legs, dropping the hands down. So this is waking up the back of the legs. Again, you can still keep a micro bend in the knees. Press the feet into the floor. And then bend the knees fully so you can place the hands on the ground around the feet. Step the left foot back into a long, low lunge. Again, pivot forward and back. We're just kind of warming up a little bit here. We're going to warm up that right hip, back left foot. And then slide back into plank. So engaging that core, waking up the core, press the floor away. Squeeze all the muscles in the legs here, so it doesn't just become about the arms. You want to draw the tummy button in towards your navel, in towards your spine. Squeeze the glutes, the hamstrings, the calves, and then drop the knees, and again lower your chest down to the ground by bending your elbows straight back, so they're kind of gracing your ribs, and then peel up into a mini cobra. So again, squeeze the shoulder blades together, activating the back. Peel the front part of your body up off the mat, and then release down to the floor. Press up and back, child's pose again. Take the knees wide this time. Stretch out into the space in front of you. Maybe even just roll over onto the left hip. And then pressing it into the ground. Roll over to the right. One more time to each side. Kind of passive compression for the hip here. Good, and then come back to center. Come up, let's make our way slowly to downward dog. So just take your time here, tuck the toes under, lift the hips up and back, pressing them away from your hands. Stretch out the fingers across the mat equally. Press the finger mounds, base of the hands, everything across the palm into the floor. So we're not gripping too much with the fingertips, we're looking for an equal distribution of pressure. Then take your awareness to your feet and maybe just kind of wiggle the feet from side to side for a moment. You might hear some creaks and pops. You can also then pedal the feet one at a time. Just kind of really tune in here and allow your intuition to guide you with some movement. Maybe you like to roll the feet over, press the knuckles of the toes into the mat. They get very tight as well. Good. And then we're going to look forward and step the left foot up to the top of the mat. Step the right foot up to meet it. Inhale, rise up to halfway lift. Exhale, folding towards the legs. Allow the hands to drop down. Come back into this ragdoll pose for a minute and just sway from side to side again. Good. And then bring the hands to the hips. Bend the knees, engage the core, and lift back up to standing. Nice. Now for a little bit of balance work, what we're going to do is come to Warrior 3. And Warrior 3 is great because it builds a little bit of awareness of the movement of the hips and the pelvis at the same time as building single leg strength and the element of balance. So it really helps if you think of a point on the ground in front of you to kind of focus in on. We call this the drishti point in yoga. So to begin, come to the middle of your space, so you've got a space to step out in front of you. We're going to start with our left leg. So find your balance on your left leg, standing on one foot, lifting the right foot up off the ground, and then lift the knee up. So we're just going to practice standing on one leg for a moment, like this. Hands on the hip can help, and find a point on the wall in front of you or on the ground to kind of really zone into. So we're going to try to let the rest of the room and the space filter away and breathe deeply. So sometimes when we're concentrating, we hold our breath. Try to let the breath guide you and allow that oxygen to flow through the body. That's what our muscles need after all. So we want to keep breathing deeply and place the right foot down. Let's try the second side. So we're going to find our balance on our right leg. Notice which muscles you may need to engage more or less of. Lift the left foot up off the ground, and you can have the knee bent. You can lift it as high as you like here. Really what we're trying to do is switch on the muscles of the right foot. Allow them to kind of tune into the floor. You might notice a little bit of wobbling. That's good. They're kind of working for you. Again, find that point to focus on. It could be on the ground or a wall or an object on the floor in front of you. And again, it's when you're trail running, we're not looking immediately down. We want to look 3 to 4 to 5 feet in front of us so we can see what's coming and be able to react to it. And having a little bit of single leg strength is going to enable that as well. Okay, let's place the left foot down. Have a little shake out. Release that tension and come back to your left foot. Now for warrior three, we're going to lift the right leg up again. Left foot is pressing into the ground, and then we're going to tilt forward, leaning forward as your right leg kicks out behind you. The key here is to think of yourself as a capital T shape, but without lifting this right hip up. So we're building strength and stability. Don't be afraid to wobble. It's all about learning and teaching the body. So correcting and coming back to your balance is going to really help. So this left hip is getting strong. This right hip is getting flexible. I want to kick the right foot away, toes flex down to the floor. The hands can be on the hips. The arms can be out to the side like an airplane, or the hands can be at heart center. If you've done this pose before, you may feel like reaching the arms forward and coming back up to standing. Don't be afraid to reset. Obviously, having different arm positions is going to challenge your balance in different ways. And on different days and different times of the week and the month, you may feel like trying different sit-ups. So keep a little micro bend in the knee. You may want to put your hands on your leg. We're looking for strength here, so press that foot into the floor, use the core, use every muscle in the leg, and then come up to standing, pivoting back up. Good job, and have a little shake out. So you may feel that in different places, and through practice and with time, you will find that you can refine this pose. You may be able to hold it for a longer number of breaths, but beginning with 3 to 5 breaths is great. So let's try the second side. We're going to step onto our right foot, find our balance, lift up our left leg, and then begin to pivot forward, kicking the left foot out behind us, coming into this capital T shape without lifting this left hip. See if you can keep the hips parallel, keep a micro bend in the right knee, press the foot actively into the floor as you kick the left foot out behind you, toes coming down towards the ground. Again, the hands can be at the hips, out to the side, in prayer position, or out in front of you with your hands together. There are lots of options here. Keep breathing. Good. And whenever you're ready to come back up to standing, see if you can hinge back up, just like you did at the beginning, and place the foot down. Have a good shake out. So that was warrior three. Another great pose for balance, which you're probably very familiar with, is tree pose. So to come into tree pose, we're going to stand on our left foot again, and we're going to open the right knee to the side to open the hip. So we're getting some opening in this hip now. In warrior three, the hip was nice and level with the floor, but now we're going to think of it as opening. The foot can be here at the ankle, over the calf, or you can lift the foot up to the inner thigh and press the right foot into the left thigh. This creates a nice connection. Really think of your left foot as the tree roots and the trunk pressing into the ground. We're going to bring our hands to heart center, and we're just going to hold here for 5 breaths. So breathing nice and deeply. 5, 4, and I must add, you can find that point on the ground in front of you to focus on, your drishti point, that allows you to have that single-mindedness, balance, and focus. Take one more inhale, and as you exhale, release the foot and come back to standing. Have a little shake out, wiggle the shoulders, and try the second side. So finding your balance on your right leg, turn the left leg out, and the toes can be kind of a kickstand. This hip is opening. We're going to place the foot around the calf, or lift up above the knee and place it in contact with the upper thigh. So once you found your balance, find your concentration point on the floor or a wall in front of you, bring your hands together in prayer position at your heart center, and let's hold for 5 counts, 5 breaths. It's okay to wobble, it's okay to reset. With time and practice, this becomes more familiar. Take one more nice big inhale, and exhale, release the foot. So have a shake out. Flick the hands, flick the feet, And we're going to try that again, and we're going to add in some extra steps which help to build more proprioception in the foot and develop other senses that heighten your awareness, which is also great for traveling. So we're going to find our balance on our left leg. Come back with the open right hip to the foot, wherever you feel comfortable. It could be here on the ground, above the calf, on the calf, or above the knee. Find your balance, bring your hands to heart center. And what we're going to do is a few little mini calf raises. So lifting the ankle just a tiny bit up off the ground. 1, 2, 3. Great. Now if you need to reset, that's fine. The next stage is to close the eyes. And before we do that, it really helps to look at your surroundings, find your drishti point, and then as you close your eyes, try to visualize that in your mind, in your third eye, the space between your eyebrows. So if you've never done this before, just have a little go. Notice how the foot might start to look for more contact with the ground as it tries to make up and compensate for the lack of eyesight. Your other senses will become heightened. So just close the eyes softly. Excuse me. And just hold, softening the shoulders, softening the face. Letting go of tension here allows you to really find a little bit more balance. Good. And whenever you're ready, open the eyes, release the hands, and release that right foot. Okay, shake it out. Let's try the second side. So we're going to find our balance on our right leg, turn the left hip open, knee to the side, place the foot at the ankle, the calf, or the inner thigh, and come up to standing. So from here, we're going to bring our hands to our heart center, and we're going to do those mini calf raises. So literally just a millimeter or two is going to build a little bit of strength in that right leg. So 1, 2, notice what you use to help you balance. 3, and then again, find that drishti point, let the rest of the room melt away, and softly close the eyes. And notice how the body and the mind react. Breathe deeply. Whoop. Soften the shoulders, soften the face. Notice, like me, if one side feels a little bit more wobbly. And when you're ready, open the eyes, release the feet, the foot, release the hands, and have a good shake out. All right, so those are some very great simple exercises you can do on a daily basis. If you'd like to add in one more pose, we can work on our eagle pose, which is great for a little bit of shoulder and hip opening at the same time as our balance. So we're going to find our balance on our left leg again. Lift up our right knee and cross it over the left. You can stay here, or you can tuck it around behind the calf. We're going to take our right arm in front of us and cross the left arm over. The back of the hands can come together, or you can slide the palms together. I'll come to the side. And from here, we're just going to hold and find a point in front of us again to focus on. And if you'd like to, we're going to hinge a little bit backwards and almost sit down in this pose and begin to fold from the hips. Notice if you wobble, and bring the elbows to touch the knees very, very slowly, and then come all the way up. Good. When you reach the top, uncross the arms, uncross the legs, have a little shake out, and just swing the arms now, releasing them. Bring the left arm on top and then the right arm on top a couple of times. Release the legs, and let's try the other side. So we're going to stand on our right leg, cross our left leg over, and you can have the foot to the side or tuck the toes behind. And then we're going to bring the left arm on top of the right. The right arm on top of the left. Opposite configuration to the legs. Bring the back of the hands together, and then bring the hands into a prayer position. So from here, we can hold. If you'd like to, it's a little extra challenge for the balance. A little bit of extra strength building. We're going to begin to sit back and hinge from the hips, trying to keep the back nice and long and straight. And we're going to bring the elbows towards the knees. tap them together, and then slowly, using your core strength, come back up to standing. Great. When you reach the top, uncross the arms, uncross the legs, shake them out again, swing those arms, release. Good. And then come down to the mat, and we'll just do a little cool down on the floor. Let's cross our legs, sit up nice and tall. From here, we're going to fold forward, reaching the arms out in front. Just stretch out those hips for a moment. Breathe nice and deeply. And you can reach far forward, you can come up where it feels good. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to take the feet out to the side, sit back on the hands, and just do some gentle windscreen wipers, releasing the hips. Letting the hips roll from side to side. Good, and then come back to center and do the opposite cross of the legs. So if you had your right shin in front, now put the right shin behind. It feels a little weird. It's not your normal default pathway. And we'll do the same little stretch for the hips. Sit up nice and tall, and then fold forward until you feel a nice warm stretch in the hips. We're going to reach the hands forward and sink down. Release the head, just soften the face. Take a stretch here. Good, come all the way back up. Place the feet to the edge of the mat, and we'll just do one more release for the hips. Some nice side windscreen wipers. Just moving gently from left to right. Good, and then come back to center. Let's roll ourselves down onto the ground. Hug the knees into the chest and give yourself a little massage. Just rocking from right to left, allowing the spine to release onto the ground. And then let's come into happy baby. So we're going to kick the feet up towards the floor, bring the hands to the inside of the arches, and then release the head and neck to the ground and rock from side to side. This is a nice way to stretch into the hips again, but we've got the added inversion, which is great for runners. Anytime you can release the pressure from the hard-working ankles, feet, calves, knees, hips, get them a little higher than the rest of the body. You're going to take off that pressure. And of course, you can make this a little bit more active by wiggling the feet around. You can also kick the feet up and then actively pull them down with the hands to deepen the hip stretch. You can press the arms and the elbows into the legs to take the knees a little wider. There's lots of options here. Choose something that works for you today. Great. Let's bring our feet in, place them down to the floor, and then just stretch them out along the mat for a period of relaxation. Let everything go. Really allow the ground to support you. Place the back of the hands on the floor. The palms will just gently face up. The fingers might softly curl. Allow the heels to feel heavy against the ground. And the back of the head. So really allowing the body to be supported, melt into the floor. Soften the gaze, close the eyes, release the jaw. Any tension across the brow, try to let that melt away. And take a few nice deep inhales and exhales. Just allowing everything to soften, letting the benefits of your practice today just work through the body. And you're welcome to stay here for as long as you like. If you're ready to move, let's just take a nice big inhale and reach the arms out behind you and take a full body stretch. Just waking up the body by wiggling the fingers and toes, maybe doing some circles with the fingers and the feet. And then bring the feet in, bend the knees up, and hug the knees into the chest one more time. rock from right to left a little bit, and then roll over onto your right hand side. Press the left hand into the floor to bring you up to sitting. Open the eyes as you make your way up. And just come back to an easy cross-legged position just for the end of today's practice. Thank you for making the time to practice with us today. Great job on week 4 of this series for trail runners. We'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day.